When did your parental instincts save your child's life? When my mother-in-law started telling me how she loved my kids much more than she'd ever loved me, I was just happy we had a free babysitter. But then, my kids started acting strange after visiting her. First, it was the flinching. My 6-year-old daughter literally ducked when I tried to high-five her. My husband noticed too, but brushed it off as her being tired. The next pickup was worse. My son's hands were shaking like he'd seen something terrifying. My daughter cried the entire ride home. I asked them directly if Grandma ever hurt them. They looked at each other with these wide, scared expressions and shook their heads way too fast. My husband thought I was being paranoid. They're just excited to see us, he said. Kids get overwhelmed, but something felt wrong. The third pickup, both kids were trembling so badly they could barely walk to the car. My daughter was sobbing before we even reached them.
What happened?
I asked my mother-in-law. She smiled sweetly.
Oh, they're just sad to leave Grandma. We had such a wonderful day together.
But my kids looked terrified, not sad. Back home, I sat them down separately. Did Grandma touch you in a way that made you uncomfortable? My daughter giggled nervously and said no, then begged me to stop asking questions. My son just stared at the floor and mumbled, "We're not supposed to tell." That phrase made my blood run cold. I called my sister who works in child services. She said the symptoms could indicate trauma and suggested I document everything. The fourth pickup was a nightmare. My son collapsed getting into the car. His skin was clammy and he was barely responsive. "We need to take him to the hospital," I told my husband. "He's fine," my mother-in-law interrupted. "Just a little tired from all our fun activities." But he wasn't fine. In the car, he kept mumbling about feeling sick and dizzy. My husband finally started taking me seriously. "What exactly are you doing with them?" he asked his mother. She got defensive. "I'm spoiling my grandchildren. That's what grandmothers do." That night, I stayed up researching signs of abuse. Everything pointed to some kind of trauma response. The next day, I called my mother-in-law directly. "The kids seem scared after visiting you. Is there something you're not telling us?" She laughed it off. "Don't be ridiculous. They love coming here. We have our special little traditions." I decided to arrive early for the next pickup without warning. When I walked in unannounced, I found both kids sitting on the couch looking dazed and glassy-eyed. There were candy wrappers everywhere. "Surprise visit," my mother-in-law said quickly, sweeping the wrappers into a trash bag. My daughter tried to hide something behind her back. "Grandma said these are our special secret," my son whispered. That's when I noticed both kids were acting hyperactive and unfocused. They were bouncing off the walls one minute and crashing the next. On the drive home, my daughter threw up twice. My son couldn't stop shaking. "Maybe they caught a stomach bug," my husband suggested, but I was starting to piece things together. That evening, I confronted my kids again. "What exactly does Grandma give you that's supposed to be a secret?" They exchanged terrified looks.
She said if we tell, we can't visit anymore,
my daughter whispered. "And that Mommy and Daddy would be very angry," my son added. My heart was pounding. "You won't get in trouble," I promised. "Just tell me the truth." My daughter started crying. "Grandma gives us lots of candy and soda. She says it's because she loves us more than you do." Then my husband walked over to the fridge and grabbed a Coke, something he rarely drinks. The second he popped it open, both kids' eyes went